Eamonn Holmes has taken a brutal swipe at Holly Willoughby and Philip Schofield following claims they skipped the queue at the Queen's lying-in state, by urging for the pair to be sacked from This Morning. While Holly and Philip have continued to deny claims that they skipped the 22-hour-long lines to see Queen Elizabeth's coffin at Westminster Hall, their statement on the saga has not gone down well with fans of the ITV daytime show. Wading into the row, former This Morning presenter Eamonn liked a string of tweets from disgruntled viewers urging for the duo to be replaced. After liking a meme that showed him and wife Ruth Langsford laughing alongside the caption "When you reach the front of the queue," Eamonn then joined in on feverish discussions about Holly and Phil's future on This Morning. The GB News presenter liked a savage fan tweet that scathed, "I always preferred Eamonn and Ruthie, they should be sacked. Eamonn and Ruth are far better than them idiots." Eamonn then replied, posted a series of praying hands, making his feelings clear. The journalist and his wife Ruth were replaced on their Friday slot on This Morning back in 2021. In the latest scandal to hit the ITV show, regular hosts Holly and Phil have been viciously trolled over false claims they queue-jumped, and a petition calling for them to be sacked has received more than 34,000 signatures and counting. A picture emerged on Friday which appeared to show Holly and Phil in the fast-track lane to pay their respects to the Queen, which caused fury, particularly when celebs such as David Beckham had queued with the public. However, 2 days later, as outrage grew, This Morning issued a strongly worded statement, explaining Holly and Phil had been in the hall in a professional capacity to film a segment for the program. Yesterday, on the show, Holly and Phil insisted they would never jump a queue, and while some viewers and fellow presenters have rushed to their defense, the petition keeps growing. This is not the first time Eamonn has made a dig at Holly and Phil over the queue scandal, making a rather obvious one on Monday. He was joined by his co-star Isabel Webster at Buckingham Palace as they broadcast live on the day of Queen Elizabeth II's funeral. At one point, Isabel told viewers watching at home, "Well look, stay with us because after the papers we do have a really interesting guest who suffered that queue and they were not of any insignificant age, we'll be talking to them after we finish speaking to." Eamonn butted in and said sarcastically, "What? Holly and Philip?" referring to his former This Morning colleagues. In another more subtle dig, earlier this week Eamonn liked a tweet from Saturday, which said, in reference to the backlash, "Does this mean we can have it Eamonn Holmes and at Ruthie Eel back on it This Morning please?" The tweet ended with a praying hands emoji. Ruth and Eamonn were cut from This Morning after hosting the show for 15 years. They covered for Holly and Phil when they were away, but also hosted the Friday morning stint, too. Eamonn went on to GB News, while Ruth continued to appear on another ITV audience poller panel show Loose Women. Eamonn revealed in an interview with The Mirror in June that he no longer watched This Morning as it would be too sensitive. He also said fans regularly approach him in the street to ask about why they aren't presenting the show still. When asked about if he still tunes in, he said, "It would be too sensitive. I mean, I spend every day going out on the street and people saying, 'Why are you and Ruth not on anymore?'" Eamonn and Phil are said to have a long-running feud which goes back to 2019, after tension was visible when Phil cut Ruth off during a segment on Loose Women. Viewers have also noted frostiness between Ruth, Eamonn and Phil when they appear together,